Hello everyone and welcome back to Seaside Park. It has been a while since I actually uploaded a video on this park, and that is partially due to a decently busy summer vacation. And what I mean with that is, you might have seen it already on YouTube, but I have been to some different theme parks during this vacation. And yeah, that's partly the reason why there hasn't been any updates on this park since. The last time I opened this park was 12 days ago, or actually saved it 12 days ago, and not very proud of that, but we're here to actually make some change in this, because I actually got some ideas, got back refreshed, also got some inspiration from some different parks. Mainly Europa Park, because they also have like a little bit of the theme I want to go for with their Scandinavian Iceland kind of theme. And yeah, that's a little bit where I'm going to base myself off. Also, I'm going to base myself a little bit off of Megalodon in Wallaby, Belgium, as this is like the same kind of model type I'm going for. So yeah, what we'll actually be doing in this video is actually just finish this area off a bit, and then the video will be already decently be done, and then for the rest there isn't actually been done anything much off screen except for some new supports, and I don't know if I've already shown this image to actually hide away the big shed in the back. So yeah, don't mind that coaster, it's just that temporarily I was a little bit bored a few weeks ago already, so yeah. So anyways, let's get into the video. Hello everyone and welcome back to a new episode of Seaside Park, and it has been a while since I recorded the last video. If I need to look back at when I record this video, it's been a month since I released an episode, and I thought it is time to bring it back. So here we are, and we're finishing off. We're starting off with a cover up for the first launch, as the intention of it being a boat ramp, and yeah. And I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded an episode of Seaside Park in the past month or so, and that's just because I was really busy with some stuff, because right after the last episode was recorded I departed for Europa Park, and that was a week of my time, and then I came back and I actually needed to study for my exams I need to take again, so and that was just for 2 weeks, and after those 2 weeks I went on vacation back yet again for with my family this time instead of friends, and yeah, since then I haven't actually got the time to record, and I also haven't been able to actually also get some reference material for this coaster, because as you might know, this coaster is inspired from Megalodon and Wallaby, Belgium, and at the moment of recording I was actually supposed to be there right now, but because of a small issue I stayed home and I actually finished this first episode. And in this episode I will shortly say I will cover making the station and this launch cover, and a little bit actually less, because the station was half finished when I actually ended this episode, because at that moment the whole video was 22 minutes long without an outro, so I decided to split it back up into 2 parts, just like I did with the restaurant, and in the second part I will actually be finishing the station with some extra details. And just to give you guys a little bit of a calm heart, I actually have already started recording that, because I was just so in the mood of recording today, so I started off with some finished the station building as far as I can right now. I still need to look at like what else need to be added. But I'm currently working on the queue at the moment of recording, and yeah, that will take also a little bit of time, and also like the little souvenir shop at the exit of the path. But that's for in the future, because right now I am actually starting off with a little fence to keep guests from entering a restricted area. And as you might see, it's like a little bit of a typical Nordic kind of like fence. If you look up Nordic fence, that's what you will get. And with that, I made this fence. Though there were a little bit of small issues here and there, so yeah. Anyways, also we can't forget greenery, because that's been missing in this park, in my opinion. So I needed to bring that back, and yeah, with that, the shed is actually done for what I did this episode. Might add a little bit of greenery later for the whole thing. And now it's on to the station. And for the station building, I actually hadn't anything in mind, so I just looked up the coaster what I was referencing from, and that gave me an idea, and that idea I will be working on soon. But first I need to actually make the walls of the station and get it up a bit, so I have actually anything to work with. So that's what I'm doing right now, with also a little exit ramp, as you can see, and that's also the wheelchair access for the people with a disability, the people who can walk. And as you can see right here, I'm also adding a little bit of a warning detail. It's more like giving the warning that there is a edge right there that you could potentially fall off. But yeah. So yeah. With that, there it was actually time to add some little bit more details, and I think I then started with the air gates of the coaster. I'm not sure. So yeah, starting with the air gates, and these were a little bit tedious because I was actually testing out like a new way of doing these, and they turned out alright in the end. These air gates are also like literally taken from Megalodon, so don't judge me. It's just the air gates that gerstlauer delivers with them. So I try to do that as realistic as possible. So as you can see, also using the newer primitive types, the quarter torus, for the people who play this game a lot like me. So yeah, just to get those smooth edges there, and yeah, it's actually a double gate, so it opens both or actually it I don't know how to say it in English, but it's more like two doors, they open to the sides. So you are directed to like the seat you're waiting for, actually the row you're waiting for, and then you can't actually go into another row, except for when you're putting your bags away, because that will also add. But I think the most of this clip is just me building this fence for like the parts where, or the fence for the queuing area. So yeah, those designs also changed quite a lot, because I was also figuring out where to put the operator, just the operator, I would say cottage, so where the control panel will be and all that kind of stuff. So just to let you know, I am at the moment of recording, that's literally everything from the station to like the end I have recorded today, moment of recording this voiceover. So I am actually a little bit tired. I also have a little headache at the moment, but I am still recording this because I was thinking I just need to finish this. I actually want to do a voiceover at this moment, so here you are. I hope this is good enough because I have a feeling that I really can't talk these 20 minutes full, so I'm trying my best here. So yeah, here I am getting the standard operator panel I made like when I was doing the build battle for the Epic Dev, where I made the Intamin Swing called Battle Eggs, one of my favorite projects as well. And that operator panel I still use today, so I am glad that Dev gave me the opportunity to make this control panel, because otherwise I literally wouldn't have it. After placing it there, I realized the better spot was actually the opposite side, because less traffic and the operator could get to the loading area quicker than just walking around. That was not a very good decision, so yeah, in case of an emergency he can just do the stuff he needs to do. So yeah, anyways, here I am starting with the frame of the building, and I realized that what I wanted to do, I couldn't get that the neat frame to be like that way, because my idea that I got from the station of Megalodon was a crane hanging overhead, so it would be more like a workshop, repair shop kind of like place for boats and that kind of stuff, and that would be the station. And I think in the end it turned out pretty well. And if you're saying, oh, you literally copied it from Megalodon, that's not true, because Megalodon only has a boat hanging from the ceiling and I have a crane, and that's a completely different kind of thing. Also, Megalodon doesn't have these I-beams running overhead with the crane on top of it, so this is a completely original idea. The station form I literally copied because that's just the warehouse vibe I wanted to go for. So there's a reason why that is copied. And although the station is a box at the end of this video, I actually had some nice plans to work with, I don't know, had some nice plans to actually make the shape a little bit less square, as you might say it, but you will see that in the next episode, once I actually do finish the station and start doing some queue work, because right now in my eyes the station is as good as finished. Might add some little bit more theming where possible, but in my eyes it is as good as finished, so I can start working around with the rest, the queue right now, because that's what I'm busy with right now. I still have no idea how I'm going to do the queue layout, but I think it will be mostly on the ground, and what I said with mostly is at the end it will be a little bit raised. So yeah, as you can see right now, I'm building a little bit of a little hook where you can hang stuff on. Not the best stuff, because that's not how an original hook goes, but I just didn't want to have all that stuff be really realistic, because it's just well, I thought it would look best on this thing, and a hook would be more better than just the reinforced hook with 4 ropes where you literally need another pulley system for. So yeah. Also, these outlining I might or might not have stolen from Megalodon, because they just looked so good. And yeah. Also, the session you see right here was 1 hour and 40 minutes, so that's when you know I am locked in. So yeah, then we're going over to the windows, and these windows are stolen from two parks actually. The first one is Megalodon again, and the second one I realized a bit later was, for the people who know, at the top of the Mad Racer slide in Rolantica, they also have these windows there. So yeah, this where those windows come from. Also in Rolantica, those windows give some really amazing views on like Europa Park itself. Definitely had some fun while waiting to get on the slide, and the slide itself is pretty good. So yeah, definitely would recommend going. So yeah. And then you're making some doorway there, and I think now I'm making like the fence for like a little bit more queue area, because this is a little bit of a lot for like station space. Like if you want a coaster with massive station space, you should look at the station of Nessie. From the moment you enter the building, there is like a 4 to 5 meter gap between the start of the pre-sorting for the rows and the entrance. So I came in there and I was like, whoa, this is so much space, and it was actually so chaotic, but for some reason the queue was only 5 minutes, so I would also say something about the operation, because otherwise it would be more chaotic. So yeah, here I'm making like a little bit of a baggage claim area. That's where you put your luggage when you are on the ride, and I wanted to have this like where you had like multiple boxes where you put your items in. What I mean with multiple boxes is like a row of boxes with a hole in where you can put your luggage, and I tried to do something like that. You will see the end result soon. I am actually happy with the result. I actually would have wanted it different, but that it would result in so many items. So I just kept it simple. And here I'm actually grabbing color from like something I'd used before. And later I will also be going back to get a crate from there to theme the station a little bit. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm making like a box, and I'm copying it over to the other side and making it so it's actually 3 boxes there. So 2 little small boxes and 1 box, but then eventually an image panel on that says fragile, just to have those extra little details. You'll see me struggle a bit with loading the decal soon. This I used, but then I realized the background wouldn't go away, so I needed to make my own one. So I did that, and I needed to wait a little bit before it got uploaded, and I constantly got a message that it was not available. So yeah, I was waiting for that. Here I am actually making the image. That's why I'm AFK, because I did not get it. And there it is done, but it just did not load, even after waiting 2 minutes, because normally it would have been done by then, but I needed to wait 5 minutes for this to actually work. So yeah, that's why I realized, that's when I just decided to actually put this already in the station. I would add the decals later, changing the support a bit so it isn't in the way as much, and trying again with the image panel not working, and then adding some crates, because this is eventually just a workspace. So yeah, adding crates, adding barrels, adding boxes, recoloring them so it doesn't seem so one-sided, and finishing off like to this side of the station. So what you also might have seen in the meantime is that I also have added a transfer track, and it was completely in between the first recording and the second one, where I was just making progress, but the boring parts nobody would actually see. So yeah, added a transfer track, added some connector pieces, and the next thing I will add off screen is supports, because now I can finally start doing supports, and it's a little bit of a boring job, so I will do it once I actually want to do it. And here I'm also adding like the logo of the made-up company. It is like a default kind of like name. I think it is the... I don't even know what it is. I forgot the name. Shipments... I don't I don't know the name of the company. Yeah, but anyways, here I'm making, you saw me making the little operator cottage, and then adding like a double-sided wall, and that's basically it. Oh yeah, the company I made up for this was a Scandinavian boat, CO. actually standing for company, and then since 1936 I think it is. Anyways, we're almost at the end of this voiceover, and with that I'll see you guys in the real time part later. And welcome back to the real time part of this episode. As you can see, the station is only half standing, and sadly with that I also need to end the episode. I wanted to do more, but I don't want the video to be 40 minutes long. And it's also very handy for me to also actually make 2 episodes out of this. So in the next part we'll finish the station building and the queue after my newfound inspiration for this episode. So actually going into explaining what I did. Well, first of all, I made a nice little fence here, actually to make it so it's completely going to there, and this can just easily be done. And also the boat ramp, as I would actually call it, is just a little pier where the expedition get launched from into the water, and this is like the storage shed at like the boat ramp, because you don't want maybe you want to do like a final inspection on like the boat and stuff. So that's like what's happening when you get launched, and then we arrive at like the main focus of these coming episodes. So as you can see, modified the supports a little bit for the coaster, because otherwise they would be a little bit more in the way. It's also what the real Gerstlauer Airtime Family Coaster model does, even though it's not an Airtime Family model, it's just a Gerstlauer Family Coaster. Anyways, Gerstlauer is Gerstlauer, so we're just going with that. So okay, this is actually the exit, and the entrance queue hasn't been done yet. Those are going to be stairs. This is just for wheelchair accessibility, so you can actually get on here with a disability. So yeah, that, and then you just arrive in the central hub. What this is actually supposed to be is like one of those warehouses where work can be done. So as you can see, we have a little overhead crane with a hook on, so you can replace stuff. Some crates with some storage stuff, even though this is for storage, for bag storage, so you can put your bag in here while you're on a coaster. And then the little inner gates. And yeah, these were a little bit of a fidgeting thing to actually get right, but they turned out pretty good. So yeah, And then of course this fence with like the little windows to actually see outside as well, even though the queue will actually be going like this and then stairs down, and then you have like a queue area here. I don't know how I'm going to do it. So the exit path is actually be going underneath here, and then we have like a little building I'm going to attach to this, and there will be a little souvenir shop because the main souvenir shop is still there right at the exit. So yeah, what I will be doing next episode is finishing off the station building, putting a roof on it, because right now it's just a box with no roof, and then also adding the exit path, and then the little souvenir shop right here. Also, what I have done in between recording sessions for this episode is I actually did the catwalk for the other side, and then also the transfer track, and then all these connector pieces for the supports that connect with the track. So then I can finally start doing the supporting for this side of the coaster, and then we can also continue on working on this area. Right now, for just the next episode, this little area is in the works, and then I will also be dragging out this pathway to over here, and then after this whole thing is done, I can continue working on that. Also, what I notice now is all the flat rides I have placed at the moment are, or actually just attractions, are non-functioning, even though this is just a playground. This one is non-functioning, so maybe the next flat ride I'll add, it will function. It just needs to be a good flat ride that fits right in the rides I want to offer and that fit great with the park. Anyways, if you like this kind of content and want to see more, please make sure to like and subscribe if you don't want to miss anything, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Later.